Welcome to the pod.
Happy to be here. I start learning certain tricks, certain strategies, but honestly, just starting out. Biggest advice: just play the game, go in free play. Really big ball, and it's been done before, and that would be super fun. But
That's man. See it. There we go. Okay.
all right, we're good.
Welcome, guys, to today's episode of the podcast. I have a very special guest, my boy, my buddy, and he is here today to talk with us about his one of the games that I've seen him play a lot, Rocket League. My boy Joseph. Welcome to the pod.
Happy to be here. Thanks for inviting me. Looking forward to it. Gonna have a good conversation about Rocket League. See what it's all about.
Absolutely. So that's what we're here today to talk about. So my first question is, Joe, we know that we know that you love Rocket League.
I do.
But what would you say, like what would it be the strategies of like some of the nuanced players, the unexperienced players in Rocket League? What would you give them?
I would say honestly, if you're just starting out, the biggest advice I can give to anybody is just play the game a lot, because it's really hard to pick up. And there's a lot of few tricks you can learn, but really at the start, the really biggest thing is just make sure you keep playing the game, because it's only something you'll get better at as more you play.
Right.
And there's a lot of things you just can't teach. Like sometimes you just really need to play the game, put the hours in, and you'll get more comfortable. And then you can kind of start learning certain tricks, certain strategies. But honestly, just starting out, biggest advice: just play the game, go in free play. Drive around, practice hitting the ball. It's a lot of work to really kind of get started, because it's hard to pick up, I will say.
Yeah.
But that's my biggest tip I can give to anybody if you're just starting out.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So I know you were saying, like, with the because I know I play Rocket League not as much as probably you or somebody else that plays like for one of those esports teams.
Right.
But I know, like, when the first time I played Rocket League, and like the people on the channel, they know I played Rocket League in the past. But when I was on there, I would say, like, I felt more like I was out of place more than anything, because my team were like miles ahead of me, like with them trying to score on the other team, and it was a lot.
Yeah, it can be a lot starting out, especially if you got other players in the mix. It just makes everything more complicated.
Exactly, I do agree. I do agree with that. But one thing and another question I have, like, if you could start your own, like, kind of like real life, would you do Rocket League in real life?
If I had the opportunity, I would definitely do Rocket League in real life. That would be a blast.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people were talking about, like, Rocket League in real life with real life cars, and they have a soccer ball. Obviously, you would have to get a giant soccer ball, because if you got like a regular size soccer ball, it would
then it wouldn't work at all.
Exactly, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work.
Run the ball over.
It would get crushed and whatnot. But yeah, that's.
I have seen some videos online. There's like some, like, kind of, I wouldn't say niche, but it's like I've seen people play Rocket League in real life, just cars, a really big ball, and it's been done before, and that would be super fun. But it'd be really interesting to try out.
Okay, and that is the one thing that I know that a lot of people told me about. Just Rocket League is it's one of the most growing gaming communities out there. Like, you see like Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto, but you also see Rocket League too.
Right.
and Joe's a pro, guys. He's a pro.
A little bit.
Yeah. But also, I know that you play on PC. Joe, if you guys don't know, Joe is more like a PC player than anything. But here's another question. Would you like branch out to like doing more like console stuff, like PlayStation, Xbox, Wii, Nintendo?
For Rocket League, not specifically, but I have been looking into getting a console, especially with the new GTA 6 coming out. The PC release for GTA 6 is going to come out a little bit after the console release, and I want to play it, when it comes out.
Right.
So I've been thinking about getting a console for that reason.
Yeah.
And there's also some other console exclusives that might be fun to play. But for GTA 6, I might have to get a PlayStation. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe, bro.
Still up in the air.
Exactly. And they delayed it, so
Yeah.
we'll see. But for Rocket League, I'd stick to PC. But I mean, for other things, maybe it's time for me to get a console again. We'll have
A-
to see.
Absolutely.
Mm,
And then let's see, another question that I
mm,
had. I know somebody had
mm,
asked me, but um when if like when you have like when you're in the like kind of like in the mode of
mm,
gaming, like because I know like at home and
mm.
stuff, like it's kind of multiple
Yeah,
distractions,
yeah.
like I know this
They
has
can.
happened to me multiple
Hmm.
times where I'm locked in the
It's just like
game.
a different headspace.
Yeah, exactly. And
Mm,
then, my mom comes in. I'm
yeah,
like, oh, get out of
yeah,
here,
yeah.
mom.
Hmm.
Get the
Yeah.
heck out of here. And I'll be like in the
Hmm.
zone.
Hmm.
But that's the thing. Once I get out of that zone, it's
It's
hard to
hard
get
to
back in
lock
that
in.
zone.
Yeah.
How do you help with that?
So,
Like, what do you do to
honestly, the biggest thing, I mean, like you said, it's hard to minimizing distractions. Like if you can, like in my room, closed door if you can.
yeah,
That's big help. Honestly, another thing, try to. It might sound counterintuitive, but try not to take it as seriously,
yeah.
because you want to stay relaxed.
Oh
And I know if you're like trying to stay too locked in, it can kind of maybe not make you tense up, but you'll be more prone to like, kind of making mistakes. You don't want to put too much pressure on yourself. So if you can keep it light, but
mhm.
also stay focused, minimize distractions. I think that go a long way, and kind of helping you stay in that like flow state they call it, kind of,
Oh yeah, for
because
sure.
when you start trying to lock in too hard, you just kind of make yourself play a little bit worse, I find. And I know that's true for some other people, but just try to keep it light, but also still obviously trying to stay locked in. It's a really hard balance, and it's a lot easier said than done.
Yeah.
But if you can really just take it casually, then it'll help your mental space a lot while playing, and help you kind of not make as many like unforced errors and stuff like that.
That's some good
Mhm.
advice right there, man. Yeah, but that's some good stuff right
Thank
there.
you.
Y'all heard that. That
Thank you.
was all him. But yeah, but let's see. Do you have any questions for me, like personally,
Mm,
like whatever
mm,
games, like because I know Rocket League is I've been
mm,
wanting to get
mhm,
into Rocket League for a long time,
mhm.
but I just suck at it. I mean,
Yeah.
I have experience with like soccer and football and
Mhm.
whatnot, but with Rocket League, it's like, I the cars are like just shooting out,
Yeah, it can be rough. My question for you,
Mhm.
what is like, so I know someone who's not, I guess, as into, what's your kind of view of Rocket League, like as a whole, like the community, like kind of like an outsider's kind of perspective on Rocket League, like,
That's a
yeah,
good
yeah,
question.
yeah.
That's a good question. We
Mhm.
got to give it up for
Thank
that
thank
one, man. That was
you.
awesome. So what my like kind of like idea of Rocket League or
Mhm,
my opinion of Rocket
mhm,
League, I would say Rocket League. I feel like it's a great
mhm,
game, and I feel like it's so, it's a
mhm,
team-based game.
mhm,
So I feel like honestly, with me, I'm a team guy. I
mhm,
don't never try to like go solo. If
mhm,
if anything, I always try to stick with my team. Like
mhm,
any game I'm playing, like
yeah,
Fortnite,
mhm,
Call of Duty, or like any type of like first person shooter game, I'm staying with my team
mhm,
24 and 20
mm,
9 times out of 10. I'm staying
yeah,
with my team.
exactly.
But with Rocket League, it's
Mhm,
kind of different because everybody,
mhm,
everybody is trying to do their own thing and
mhm,
go like from
exactly.
what
Yeah,
they're trying
vertex.
to exactly
Mhm,
trying
yeah,
to
yeah.
trying to accomplish. But I feel like if I'm on a team where I
Mhm,
know the team, my teammates, they're gonna do the job
mhm,
to get the win, get the
mhm,
dub.
yeah.
I'm gonna be on my team 9 times out of 10. I'm a
Mm,
team player. I'm
that's
not,
good.
like a solo guy. Like
Mhm.
I'm not like a guy that's gonna just, do
Go
his
off.
own thing and
Mhm.
ruin the team and
Right.
be like Mr. Show Off.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do that.
We need a lot more of that, because Rocket League, everybody wants to do their own thing. Everyone wants to be the hero.
Mhm.
So
Exactly.
that's refreshing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and I noticed you said everybody wants to be the hero,
Mm.
but there can also be a lot of times somebody can be the villain or like
Mhm.
the scapegoat, the
Mhm.
person that kind of like gets like, kind of irritate pisses
Yeah.
the team off,
Yeah. A little.
that
Mhm.
like I've seen so many like, videos of like gamers like
Mhm.
on Call of Duty, on the Call of Duty chats,
Yeah.
they do not
Call of
hold.
Duty chats are wild.
Yeah, man, they
Mhm.
they are wild. They be like, one time I remember somebody said, they said like your mama is, yada 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 yada,
Yeah, yeah.
and they,
Anything really.
I'm like, what? This they said this to online, and
Mhm.
I'm sure they got blocked because PlayStation with the thing.
Yeah, they
I'm
got the
not
chip
sure
sensor.
how it is on PC, like
Mhm.
when you're talking to somebody online,
Mhm.
but on PlayStation, Xbox, they like PlayStation, Microsoft, and Sony. They did like a
The
thing,
sensor.
yeah, censor.
Mhm.
And when you're playing online, a lot of times you could get if somebody that player can say
Mhm.
like a word or a bad curse profanity
Mhm.
word, you could get banned from playing online with anybody. I'm
Mhm.
like, that sucks. I
Yeah.
mean, how bad playing
Mhm.
offline is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but it's so bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, on PC it's a little bit different. At least I can speak for Rocket League.
mhm,
Things aren't really censored as much,
mhm,
but you still have the option of reporting someone and they might get chat banned, or if it's bad enough you can get banned, I believe.
right.
But that's kind of the experience I've had as PC as a whole.
Yeah.
Think it's generally less censored because I know Microsoft and PlayStation, they have their own censored like implemented into whatever games,
Uh-huh.
but
Yes.
PC it's not always censored, so a
Mhm.
lot of stuff can slip through the cracks, or the censoring is based on the game.
Yeah.
So some games might not have censored chats at all. So
Oh yeah, of
it
course.
can be very different.
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good point right there.
Mhm.
Because I mean, like so many sensors, it's
Yeah.
like they're
Yeah.
starting to
Yeah.
branch out more and
Mhm.
everything. But yeah, that's a good thing. But
Mhm.
I think after all of that, I think we've gained some more knowledge, and
Yeah.
the audience have
Mhm.
gained more knowledge about Rocket League. But before we end this episode of the Jalen Things podcast, do you actually want to say anything to the audience?
Just thank you again for having me, inviting me out. Have fun,
Absolutely.
talk about Rocket League, gaming in general.
Of
Good
course.
conversation, teach the viewers a little bit maybe,
Eh,
hopefully learn something.
Hey, look, man, thank you
Mhm.
for even agreeing to come
Of
on to the
course.
pod,
Of
man.
course.
And shoot, I'll see you guys next time, and thank you
Yeah.
for watching,
Thank you.
guys.